5 kinds of evidence to show who caused a motor vehicle accident. Now, unfortunately, motor vehicle accidents happen every day in the United States, and not everybody that causes the accident admits fault. So, let's say you're in an accident, somebody else caused it, and they're saying, hey, you know what? I didn't do it. You did it. So, what can you do to show fault? Well, the first thing you can do is look for video. It's super simple. If you've got video in your car, the other person's got a dash cam. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. Maybe some cars around you had video. If that doesn't work, if you're in a populated area, you can look around the intersection site, look for businesses that might have video cameras that are facing the street. Maybe you'll be able to get some useful video from them. Some jurisdictions have intersections. There might be video in the intersection. Of course, that's always harder to get to, but it's definitely worth looking into if it's any kind of a significant accident. Now, of course, the simple thing from hundreds of years ago is you just look for witnesses. Hey, did you see it? What did you see? If you do find a witness on the scene, pull out your phone and make a recording and get the witness saying, here's what I saw. And maybe they could, point, whatever, give a good description, also get their name and contact information, because if it turns out you do need them later to go to trial or take a deposition, you'll be able to get a hold of them and they will help you out proving the other person was at fault. The third thing you can do is look at the roadway and look at the debris field. A lot of times in accidents, you may see skid marks, you may see bits of cars going down the road that show where the cars were and how they came together. Definitely photograph the cars in place right after the accident. And this information can be used by an accident reconstructionist. They'll blow up the pictures, look at the skid marks, look at the pieces of car, and they'll be able to calculate where the cars were going and figure out how the accident happened. Another somewhat obvious way to figure out fault is law enforcement. If the police come to the scene, they'll probably make some sort of an investigation. Somebody may be ticketed, somebody may not be ticketed, but the police report will give some information that will be useful for determining who is actually at fault for causing the accident. Now, another thing you can do, I guess this is number 5 for anyone keeping score, is go do the EDR download. That's essentially the black box that's inside every car these days, all modern cars. You can download that information. It's generally not going to show you a video, although I think some modern cars might have something like that. But anyway, what you're going to get is things like speed. You're going to get whether the person was accelerating, how much they were accelerating, whether they were braking, and it's usually within the last few seconds right before the accident. So this stuff is kind of helpful too. You're going to have to hire an expert to do that. They have expensive machines that do it. But it is another source to get information that can prove the other person is at fault. So although this sounds like it may be time consuming, and although this sounds like it could take some work and possibly cost some money, one cheap way of getting all this done is just go get yourself a budget dash cam, put it in your car, and that way if something happens, you just roll your own film, and whoever needs to see who's at fault will get to see who's at fault.